of internal resources and the peer review trap that you need to know about. Now, Emeritus offers individual disability policies to professionals, and they're often customized to your occupation and your financial needs. You might have one yourself. An own occupation individual disability policy is designed to pay you benefits if you can't perform the material and substantial duties of your occupation due to sickness or injury. And on paper, it's strong protection. But here's the catch. Disability insurance is not Emeritus's main business. The lack of specialization shows in their claims handling. So how do they handle claims? Well, instead of evaluating their claims in-house with their own claims staff, they outsource your medical records and attending physician statements to external vendors. And often it's a medical peer review company. These companies are not hired to give a fair review of your medical records. They are hired to help the disability carrier, in this case Emeritus, find a reason to deny your claim or terminate benefits. Now, many of these companies are run by former medical directors for large disability carriers who now are making easy money providing reports that favor insurance companies. How do they do that? Well, they cherry pick your medical records to find things that would support a claim denial or termination. They ignore the treating physician's opinion. They look for objective evidence requirements in your medical records when there's no objective evidence requirement in the policy. So they're ignoring the terms of the policy, looking to take apart the medical records on the basis that there isn't objective evidence of the diagnosis, or there isn't objective evidence that establishes severity, intensity, and the nature of your symptoms such that you have restrictions and limitations that would prevent you from doing your own or any occupation. What are the typical peer review questions that Emeritus asks when they're doing this handoff to the peer review company? Well, they ask, is this diagnosis supported by objective medical evidence? Is the disability supported by objective medical evidence? What restrictions and limitations does the policy holder have? Can the policy holder do at least sedentary work? Can the policy holder work full-time, possibly with accommodation, regardless of whether the policy or plan requires that? Is the policy holder or plan beneficiary receiving appropriate treatment? Now, the peer review person who never met you and may not even be a specialist is going to get on the phone with your doctor. And they're going to push them to agree that you can work in some capacity. I call these doctors liar for hires. And they often lay the groundwork for the denial. And I will tell you, there's conferences that go back and forth between the adjuster, if you will, and their peer review company and their peer review doctor, trying to massage any report that the peer review doctor has prepared to get it to say what it needs to say to justify a claim denial or termination. What should you do if Emeritus denies your claim? Most Emeritus disability policies are individual disability policies, and that's fantastic. You can sue in state court without appealing. You can depose Emeritus's adjusters and medical reviewers, and you can have a case decided by a jury. But before you jump into that arena, I think that filing a strategic appeal before filing suit is a smarter move. And this is what I do. We put together an appeal that rebuts the denial. And if they're questioning your functional capacity, we get functional capacity evaluations or CPET exams. We get independent medical evaluations to rebut the opinions. And we want to build a paper trail for a bad faith claim, depending, of course, on what state you live in. I want to lay traps in this appeal for the disability carrier. Now, does this cause delay? Of course it does. But I think it's better to prepare a comprehensive, evidence-heavy appeal than rush into court unprepared. There are times when these appeals are successful and benefits get reinstated in Emeritus claims. And there are times when it doesn't. And that's where we move on to the litigation stage. And part of that is attacking that liar for hire peer review provider or the company that liar for hire peer review company works for, and the relationship between Emeritus and that particular liar for hire peer review company or physician. So there are lots of things that can be done in the litigation stage to attack this relationship. Got it? Let's take a break.